Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. Ponyo, you popped the door, man. I am your yarn host, Jennifer, and sometimes your dog host because there's dogs in my house. Come here. Do you want up or do you want out? Come here. Today's Monday, and on Monday Makes, we generally show you what I've been making for the past 7 days, give or take. I'm going to close the door again. Go on out. She doesn't actually want in the room with me. She's just nosy. She's just nosy. Alright, rewind. Hello, welcome. On Monday we show what we've been making for the past 7 days, give or take. I talk to you about what I'm doing. I give a life update. The life updates are going to change a little bit from here on out because there's going to be a whole lot more Jen and a whole lot less everyone else because people are crazy. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, with that, life update, I'm down 45 pounds now. 45 pounds down. And you can definitely see it in my face and my neck area. Like I'm looking very slender in the top region. My boobs are also getting smaller. It's all good. It's all good. I don't care anymore. I already fed all my children. And at that point, they're just fun bags at this point, okay? They did their job. They can shrivel up if they want. By the way, if you're new here, I also say wildly inappropriate things sometimes. I don't have a filter, and I'm hilarious. Welcome. Alright, what have I been doing? What have I been doing? I'm looking around trying... Oh! I have to insert a clip because the one thing that I made this week that I'm the most proud of, I gifted. So I'm going to cut here and I'm going to let you watch that video that I already filmed before I gave it to her. Alright, hopefully this is a clip that I remember to put into Monday Makes video. Because I just finished something, but it's not going to be here by the time I film my Monday Makes video. So, here we go. I bought this pattern from Grim Grinning Goats. And it is the Nixie the Alien pattern. Which is real, he's so stinking cute. But he also comes with, his pattern comes with the spaceship. So it's when you buy the pattern, you get the alien and the spaceship. Now, the pattern was $6.66. And I bought it. I bought 2 of her patterns for her birthday sale, and then I bought 2 more at full price because I kind of fell in love with the goats. They're a lot of fun to make, and they're really super cute. And so I have 4 of her patterns now, and I decided to make the alien. I also made the bat, which the bat I already gave to my daughter. So I made the alien, but like I said, this is a gift for my niece. And so, you guys ready? Because he's real cute. Look at. You can almost hear the alien sound. Alright, we're going to talk about the little baby alien first. He's the first part of the pattern. I used jelly bean yarn. Did I put it up already? I used jelly bean yarn. I just had it. Oh, it's right here. I used jelly bean yarn from Joann's in the color Sour Green Apple. I came in here, I took my glasses off and I probably should have left them on. I came in here looking for, I wanted a neon green, electric green alien, and can't find any of my green yarn, or if I even have slime green or alien green. I couldn't find any. And I was almost tempted to go to Michael's just to buy alien green. And I looked up there and there we had it. I believe this stuff glows in the dark. Not glows in the dark. I believe it fluoresces. He does in fact fluoresce. Do you see how bright he is? There's a black light. Ah! He fluoresces. He fluoresces a lot. Wow, I can't even. He's so bright. He definitely fluoresces. He's really cool. He's not glow in the dark, but he is fluorescent. He's cute. Alright, I did change his nose. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her pattern. Felicia at Grim Grit and Goats is really, really talented, and her stuff is so stinking cute, and I really like her patterns. She does the nose a little differently than I did. Her nose is like a line, and then she works around the nose like that. I changed this up, so I did like 4 rows just back and forth, and then I worked in the round, and it gave me a more smooth edge, whereas for her pattern, I couldn't, no matter what I did, it still looked like a duck beak. It was very sharp corners, and so I knew that this would work, and I actually really, really like his nose. I think he's cute. I love everything about the way he turned out, and I didn't have to do a whole lot of shaping on him. And I thought that battery would last long enough for me to do this clip, but alas, I'm always wrong when I'm testing my batteries. Alright, we're back. So, I really, really like the way he turned out. I think he's so cute, and I used the sinkable eyes. She has really cool, she has all kinds of cool eyes. Her eyes are really cool. I like the sinkable eyes because it gives them more baby look, and I kind of like the baby look. So his eyes are silver sparkly because, you know, aliens are typically either green or gray depending on the sci-fi movie that you watch them in. And I also like this. She makes these so that they sit really well on their own. As you can see, he's sitting on his own entirely. Isn't he cute? I think he's adorable. I'm going to be making a bunch more of these because, oh my god, I had fun making him. I also changed his antenna, and the only thing I did when I changed the antenna is she has you sew these on, and I just crocheted them directly to his head. And I weaved the ends up through the antenna, and it makes them a little more sturdy to stand up and shape. So that's the alien. That's baby alien. I'm trying to block some of the light because he's looking really blown out on this camera today. And then the spaceship I made with leftover yarn from this guy. So I have, I think this is Big Twist purple, but it could be Basics. I believe this is Basics yellow or sunny or something like that. And then this is the Big Twist sapphire that I have been gifted so many of to finish that one thing. So I used those 3 colors. I screwed up this row because it's supposed to look like this, and I don't know if I don't know if I just misunderstood the pattern. Again, I'm not at all criticizing her. I am fairly new at doing amigurumi of this level of difficulty. For the bauble, it says change color, CC color B, which I'm assuming is changing to color B. BS bauble stitch, and then CC gray single crochet 2. So when I did bauble single crochet 2, bauble single crochet 2, I had like 30 baubles. Her pattern says there's supposed to be 19. So when I did the bottom, I did 4 single crochets bauble, 4 single crochets bauble, because 95 divided by 19 baubles is 5 stitches, so you need to spread the baubles out across the 5 stitches. And unless she does the baubles differently, which her pattern does not say how she does her bauble that I saw. It says create your bauble stitch, you should have 5 loops on the hook. So, yeah. I don't know if that's an error in her pattern that it should say single crochet 4 times, but in order to get the 19 baubles, it's single crochet 4 in between each bauble, or if I was just reading it, I don't know. I don't know. So the front has way more baubles than the back, and it just is fine. I don't care. I also, something else I changed is I put 2 rows. I put a single crochet row and a double crochet row when attaching this. And I instead of surface crocheting this like she suggests, I just crocheted a spiral. And I put a little stuffing in here, which she also does not do. And I mean, I put a little bit of stuffing just around the edge to give it a little bit of sturdiness. And it didn't necessarily need it, but that's what I did. So in case you want to make this, I highly suggest your pattern. I also put, so where the inside cup meets up with the outside, there was a yellow, like kind of a jagged line there. Like you could see where I changed color. So I just took, and this is the back, so we're not even gonna look at that back. I did a single crochet row border of the blue color around the top, and that's what gives it this cool look. That's where the yellow attached to the purple, and then I just, so there's that. And this is a gift for my niece. And I kind of love it, and I'm going to be sad to get rid of him, but I know that she's going to love him, and I'm absolutely going to make myself at least one more of these, possibly several, because he was a lot of work. He's no-sew. Well, he's sew pattern. The spaceship is no-sew. You crochet everything, and you just, I crocheted around the edge to connect it. So it's, the spaceship itself is no-sew. He is, you sew on his nose, you sew on his arms, you sew on his legs. She has you sew these on, but I just crocheted them on. And he actually was, he took way less time than the spaceship. And I cannot recommend her designs enough because they're so unique and fun. And there is a level of difficulty because a lot of it is you're sewing on bits and you have to have a basic understanding of amigurumi and know what you're doing, but how stinking cute is he? And he makes me ridiculously happy that I finished him. So I'm going to take some pictures of him so that he can go to her when she gets off work tonight and go to his new home. So what do you guys think? All right, back to your regularly scheduled Monday Makes video. How cute is that? How cute is that? All right, so I fully plan on making some more of these. Kind of love those. I also pulled out my Trapper Keeper this week because I actually have several Trapper Keepers. I paid $2.50 for this Trapper Keeper. And I made an amigurumi folder. So my amigurumi patterns are in here. Most of them are Grim Grin and Goats with Jess Loves Toast and her Gossamer Ghost, and Fat Lady Crochet's Baby Dragon pattern is in here. I have more patterns on my computer, but I'm running low on toner, so I'm gonna have to order some more toner. And then I figured out how to print off my Wooble patterns. So what I did is I printed off the pattern minus the first 2 pages. This one has the second page, but most of them I only printed page 3 to the end because the first page is this photograph and then the second page is this information, and I don't need that repeated over and over again. So I skipped the first 2 pages on every single pattern. I had to do it on my computer. It does not work on my phone or my tablet. And then I printed off all of my Woobles patterns, and they are in their own Woobles folder. And most of these are, well, I've never paid full price for a Wooble kit because I don't like the price, but I've been gifted with the Frankenstein, who is my favorite. His name is Steve the Frankenstein. And I was gifted the Wooble Haunted House from my niece for my birthday, which is one of the best gifts I've probably ever received in my life. Speaking of which, that's who's calling. Hang on one second. She's a goof. I bought a wax melt from Aldi the other day. Well, it was like 2 weeks ago. And it was pastel pumpkins and it said Boo down the front. I really liked it. It was really pretty. And I also had a beautiful stained glass wax melter on my mantle. And I had to hang the cords down the side of the mantle and plug them into the wall. And the dogs were wrestling, and they were wrestling back and forth between the stairs and the mantle and grabbed the cords, and both of my wax melters got broke and shattered. And the stained glass one broke my heart because it was one I bought from Scentsy. and they haven't made it for a long time, so I can't even rebuy another one. But it was so beautiful. And yeah, that one broke my heart. So she was asking me, because she found the pastel pumpkin one at Aldi's, and asked if I wanted another one. I told her no, because I didn't like it enough to buy it again. Because the cup where the wax melts are, there was like a post in the center of it, like you're supposed to put a ring in there, and I'm like, I don't like that, because I have liners, like silicone liners, and I put those in my wax melters so that if I want to change out the wax, I can just pull that silicone part out, or I could cool it off and pop out the disc. So it beats touching a hot glass from some of the Scentsy wax melters, and the silicone liners are like real cheap on Amazon. So that's what she was calling about. So anyway, I made the alien for her. And then I have not made a whole lot. I have said on the channel 100 million times in the past month, life is lifing, life be lifing. And there's just a lot going on right now. I'm not complaining about that in this moment, because today I am happy. And that's a miracle. Today everything feels good. I'm struggling to crochet a lot. Couple of reasons. I had a couple of people reach out to me that they were really worried about my brain function, because I'm struggling with really basic words that just seem to disappear. That's stress. It's from stress. It's absolutely from stress. Also, because I was so stressed, I was not eating properly. And so I was getting brain fog from brain fog from low sugar as well. Was I purposely not taking care of myself? No. But I felt devastated and I couldn't eat, and that happens. Okay? Am I taking care of myself? Yeah, I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm feeling a little better every day. Hopefully things are turning around for the better, but oh my God, I was struggling. And now I also have developed, from whatever stress happened to me, I have a really bad tremble in my right arm. Okay? And I know that it's stress. I know that it's stress because this has happened to me before. And I know a lot of you are like, get into the doctor. Okay? My doctor can't see me right now. I'm trying. Alright? Everything's going to be okay. I'm doing everything in my power to take care of myself first, which is really hard for me. Now, with that being said, did you guys watch my video where I was gifted this beautiful Jen doll from Nancy in California? Is she pretty? I love her. She's going to forever be with me. She is going to be with my knit dolls over here, and they're just going to live with me for the rest of my natural life. And hopefully my kids take care of them after I'm gone. Because even when Mom's gone, they can still hug Mini Jen. Which hopefully is not for a very, very long time. Alright, now. We're going to update on the Sirdar blanket, which is not going very well. I'm not enjoying it. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm not enjoying it. Why? That's the way my brain works. I set up this in my mind. I'm going to do a crochet along. Then my brain, because of the way my brain works, says, this is now work. And it's something we have to do. So my brain's like, I don't want to do it. So A, I don't want to do it because I have to do it in my brain. It's something I signed up. I could quit tomorrow. But also, like, I did this for myself. This is something I bought for myself. I thought it would be amazing. I want the blanket. So it's just a matter of getting my mind straight where it needs to be. Okay? Now, and I'm not even going to say I'm behind, because I'm not technically behind. I'm not technically behind. The crochet along, every Wednesday they release a new pattern. I have printed off the most recent pattern. I don't even know what week we're on. I'm going to be honest. So week 1, I thought was real stupid. We had to make 4 squares. Okay? 2 like this and 2 like this. Okay? Did it. That was it. I know from the pattern that these are supposed to be these big corner ones with the bats and the cats. Why they didn't include that in week 1, I will have no idea ever, but I was irritated by that. Because another way, the way my brain and mentality works is see it through. And if I do this and put it down and start on these little things, I've already moved past the big squares and now I have to backtrack to, and that's just the way Jen's brain works. Okay, Jen don't like that. It probably has something to do with the ADHD in my brain and like all the other things that are in there. Just the way that my brain is programmed. Okay? Not everyone's going to feel this way, but this is very much a Jen issue. Okay? So week 1 was this. Week 2 was a whole bunch of these, which again, were left half finished, which makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. So these ones are done. These are the only ones that are done. We had, and I changed the pattern. I changed the pattern. I did not follow what they were doing here, so mine are different than everyone else's, and that's okay. We got pumpkins that need faces, which didn't come out until the next week after that, which again, now I gotta backtrack. I don't like that. I don't like the way that, I don't like it. Okay, I don't like it. I'm not criticizing Sirdar and I'm not criticizing the pattern designer. I just don't like the way this is going for the way I crochet. I want to do it all the way through. Now, had they made this an 8-week course and we do the bats all the way through, the cats all the way through, the Jack Skellingtons all the way through, the jack-o'-lanterns all the way through, that would have made me happy. But it's like they released the big giant squares and then, oh, we're just going to leave them big and giant and blank, right? And then they did all of this in just 1 week. So you have to embroider eyeballs, the veins on, which I am not doing. I don't like the way that looks. I think it's gross. These are already creepy eyeballs and they don't need the veins. I'm not putting eyeballs on, or veins in them. I don't like the I don't want to embroider lines. I don't like anything about it grosses me out. And this blanket's more cutesy than gross, so we're just going to have creepy eyeballs, okay? So I have to make the eyes and then embroider the smile on. Cool, whatever. Make the bat wings in the ears, sew those on. Make the cat, sew those on. And then do all that. Why? Why? Now, this past week, a couple days ago Wednesday, almost a week ago Wednesday, they released the graph for the big center part of the blanket. I don't foresee me starting this anytime soon. I'm probably not going to finish this before Halloween, and I'm going to be okay with that because I got other things going on. So we have to make the whole center part of the blanket, which is this graph, which I'm actually looking forward to this the most because I love doing that kind of crochet. I love graphs. I work so much better off of graphs and all that stuff. So that's what. So what I'm supposed to be doing this week is putting the faces on, connecting all these together, putting all the appliques on, and then crocheting these bits around the edges. Do I have any of that done? No. I also changed 2 of the squares. These are going to be Frankenstein squares because along here is 5 squares, and then 4, and then 4. So there's a double in each one of these rows. I don't want a double, so I made a Frankenstein for the center here and a Frankenstein for the center there because I love Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. I could keep going. So I'm incorporating Frankenstein into my blanket. I even love pastel Frankenstein. I also brought in a new color. which is not DK weight. It's worsted, but I'm going to tell you why. All right. Now, what did I do? I finished the cat. I changed everything. I'm changing everything. I am making it more enjoyable for myself. First of all, one of the biggest complaints with these squares, my cat is smaller, and that's okay. And he's also sitting kind of crooked. That again is okay. They made the tail so stupid long that it curls way up here. Cat's tails ain't that long. And cat's tails are always in motion. So I left my cat tail to dangle. And I made it curly. Okay? I did. That's what I did. One of the biggest complaints with these squares, they had you sew things on all the way through to the back. And there's like black sew marks. That is not happening on my blanket. That will drive me crazy for 2 reasons. It's ugly. I have dogs that are constantly in my lap, and the first thing I'm thinking of is somebody is going to snag and pull them loops out, and it's going to look ugly, and I'm not going to like it. So, luckily for me, Jada N Stitches is one of my personal mentors. And she showed me years and years ago how to surface sew things on. So this is fully sewed on, except his tail dangles. And I just love that because I'm gonna be fidgeting with that. I'm gonna fidget with it. I'm gonna twirl it. It's a fidget, okay? It's cute. And his little tail is just, and it can be doing whatever it wants to do over there, okay? And it's only, I think she called for like 47 stitches for the tail. His body ain't even 47 inches. And then curl it and sew it on. Jen ain't doing that. So I like cut it in half. This is only like 20, a chain of 20. And I put extra stitches so that it curls. So I would do like every couple of stitches, I'd put 2 single crochets or 3 single crochets so that it curls. Because it's cute. So that's my cat sitting in the moonlight. I kind of want to put like a fence post or like something he's sitting on. Because he's cute. And look at, no yuckiness on the back. That drove me crazy. I was like, why is she doing it that way? Just, if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to tell you. When you're sewing it on, don't go through the material. Grab the front loops of the stitches. It's on there. It ain't coming off. It ain't coming off. It's on there. It's on there. She ain't coming off. You just sew to the front part of the stitch. Because the stitches are double crochet. So there's like a part that loops around this way. And then there's another knot part down here that's kind of like a P. Okay, just grab that front part and put your needle through it. Look at it. I don't know why more people don't know this technique. But thank you. Shout out to Jada N Stitches. Because look how pretty my cat is. Look how clean my back is. I mirrored them a little bit so the tails are on opposite sides. And I did not center them and I did not line them up because it's just a cat in the moonlight. I don't care. I think he's cute. I also, because this border is black, I didn't want this to blend in down here too much, so I put him up higher and I made his body a little shorter. I just took out a row. And I think he's adorable. I think he is absolutely adorable. The cats are done. The bats I'm not real happy with. I did not actually read. I didn't follow the way they wanted the bats to do their wings. I did not. And I'm not real happy with the way the bats turned out. I left the bottom part of the wing. I only connected it across the top. Okay? And this is so that it has movement. It looks like he's flying. So his wings are, and it's another fidget thing. Like I could play with the blanket. I can fidget with it. Okay? So this is bat number 1. He's flying across the moon. Because there's apparently 4 moons in this blanket. And this is bat number 2. I thought I forgot to weave it in. Nope, it's just hanging on there for dear life. And again, he's flying in a different direction. His little wings are still open and flappy, but they're fully attached here. Oh, they're facing the same direction. You know what? I could change it to be that way. Nah, we'll just leave it like that. They're in flight. Totally different bats. Now these are all blank still, but I have all the pieces crocheted. So for the jack-o'-lantern, they had you do black for his face. I didn't like that because the inside of a pumpkin's not black. And I was light up my jack-o'-lanterns. So his eye pieces are going to be yellow. And yes, this is a 4-weight. This is all a 3-weight. It's going to be fine. It will give him a little extra pop to his face. So he's going to have... We're going to pretend we don't see these god-awful strings. He's going to have yellow eye pieces. And then a yellow smile. And I might just crochet a big jagged smile and sew that on instead of embroidering it. And I'm going to do the same thing with these little squares that I did with the big squares. I'm going to surface embroider or surface crochet it or surface sew it on because I don't want all that crap coming through. You can see a stitch here, but mostly you can just, I mean, that's clean. That's real clean. You can see a little hint of it popping through some of the holes, but for the most part, it's on the surface. And I'm going to try to do the same with these to where everything is just attached to the front loops of the stitch. So see, you just grab it and put your hook through the first little bit. So all the pieces are done. I should say all the eyes are done because the mouths and stuff are... Oh, I also, for Frankenstein has the same eyes as Jack Skellington, but I made little tiny bolts for his neck. So I made bolts with the silver that's already in there. That's what I accomplished this week. And I am going to call that a success because I did not want to do this at all. At all. And I just kept complaining, like, I don't like the way she's doing it. I don't like the way these things are attached. I don't like that I got to go backwards 2 weeks now. All of that is driving me crazy. This week, I actually have some things that I set out for myself that I want to do for myself. I want to make at least one of the woobles, and I want to finish these squares, and I would ideally like to do, is this the right one? I would like to catch up a little bit. It's totally my goal to catch up. So, I want to finish the eyeball. I'm not doing the veins. That's gross. I just got done. I am still taking the eye drops for pink eye. I really don't want to give my eyes pink eye. I don't want to do it. It's miserable, okay? So my eyes are just going to be creepy eyeballs. I have to put on the eyes on Jack Skellington's and embroider the face pieces. I have to put on the eyes and the mouthpiece for the jack-o'-lanterns. I gotta do Frankenstein's face. And then I already did this part. So I want to do the stitches here and attach. I want to make the side panels and the top and bottom panels. So what it is you take these 4 squares and attach them together, and then you would do the stitching that's in there on here. So you have this panel here, this panel here out to here, this panel, that panel, etc. And I think I'm going to attach this panel to the cat, this panel to the bat, this panel to the cat, this panel to the bat, and I'm just going to have the 4 panels that are just going to be set aside. And then I'm going to wait until I finish the centerpiece to connect it all together, because I cannot imagine making the frame and then attaching it. That just seems weird to me. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to attach. I'm going to have, like, every panel will have on the right side, the big square, the big square, the big square, although that would be the left, and then this would be the left. So right, bottom, left, top. That's my plan. Or I could just do the bottom all the way across and the top all the way across and the center panels by them. We'll figure it out. But that's my plan for this week, is to finish the small squares. And do, there's a cat border. And I know this is not a real good representation because it's black and white, but that's the printer that I have. I actually really love my printer. It prints really fast. So this is cats. And this is supposed to be just textured warts or something. I don't know. Yeah, it says warts and cats. Just funny because there's not actually a witch on here. Although there's a cauldron in the center. So I would like to finish this, which I think is week. I don't know what week this is. Week 3, maybe? I think this would be week 3. And then week 4 is the center part. So we only got a couple weeks left. So if that's week 4, it's a 6-week thing. So there's only 2 weeks after the center part, which is probably the border stuff. But I'm not going to finish this in the 6 weeks. I thought, oh, I got this in the bag. That was before everything kind of like blew up. But I'm just going to take my time. If I finish it by Halloween, I finish it by Halloween. If I don't, I don't. This is where giving myself grace comes in. I'm just going to keep saying that. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. I also want to make some more Halloween donuts because these were fun. I want to make a solid orange, not like, you know, the custard donuts with the filling inside, not the whole donuts. I want to make one that looks like this, but is a solid donut. And I actually ordered more of this yarn from Hobie because I really, really like it. So that's the end of the crochet portion for this week. Now I'm going to very briefly talk about what I did this weekend because this weekend was really busy. But like I said earlier in the video, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about my family anymore because there's crazy people in this world that think that it is okay to attack someone's family that is not even on YouTube. I don't understand that. That's nuts. But what I am going to say is big changes around the house this weekend. Someone moved out, and that someone has their own apartment, and they are living the very best life that they can right now, and I'm very, very proud of them. And it's very exciting. So we helped them move out. We moved that person out and helped that person decorate their bathroom. And because me and Mr. Cinnamon bought towels and a bath mat and a really pretty trash can and one of those plug-in things with the oil in it, you know, like the Glade plug-ins, so that it smells good in their bathroom. And then they decided they wanted a matching shower curtain, so we went to Walmart together and picked out a shower curtain that matched. And it's very, very exciting. And I told that person that I'm so, so, so proud of them because this is a really big step. And yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting for her. It's exciting for us to watch her. Yeah, them. You guys know who it is. Big things are happening. Big things are happening. I also have news. I believe that the crazy neighbors across the street moved out. They still own the house and they're still back and forth a lot, but they brought a U-Haul, and she ran into my husband in the grocery store and said that they bought property. If you're new here and you don't know, the neighbors across the street are the neighbors from hell. And it has been so quiet the past 2 weeks. I mean, quiet. It's been amazing. We're still planning on moving. But, yeah. They have been living here longer than we have. It is an absolute miracle that they moved out. I'm just going to say that. It's an absolute miracle that they moved out. So now I don't feel such a huge rush to get out of this neighborhood, because that was one of the main things, the main points of contention, one of the main reasons, because, oh my God, they were the neighbors from hell. And I haven't seen the children in almost a month at all. And so I hope wherever they're at, they don't have neighbors that they're torturing, and that they can just run and be feral all they want on their own property. And that they can find some sort of peace over there. That's my wish for them. And oh, I'm so happy that they're not living there anymore. And like I said, they've been coming and going, but like the houses, I think they're just cleaning out the house and getting ready to sell it, is what I think is happening. And so that slows all of the things we're doing down a lot. I still absolutely want to be on property. I want to be somewhat secluded. I want peace. I want to be able to go run on my own property. I want my dogs to be able to run and not get tortured. Bentley came in with an injury, and my camera didn't pick up how he got injured, but he has a very large gash that is right across his eyelid, and I thank God it didn't affect his eye. I don't know how it happened. But being though on camera, I have seen the little kid next door swing at, I don't know what they're called. It's got an axe handle, and one end is like a spike, like a flat spike, and the other end is like a hammer type thing on it, but it's like this big. And he was swinging it at Bentley's face because we had a slight hole in the fence. And I made my husband go out there and fix it immediately, because I was like, if my dog gets hurt, there's going to be hell to pay, right? Well, he comes in and he's got this, I mean, it's a deep gash right here. And I've kept it clean and it's healing beautifully. But oh, it's really gnarly. He actually looked like he had a black eye under his white fur. So luckily for me, I have leftover antibiotics from Oreo, and because they're in the same weight range, I can just give them to him. And I have leftover anti-inflammatory pain relief in there for Oreo that she needed when she was going through some stuff. And I gave him one of those, and he felt all better, and a lot of the swelling and bruising looked like it went away. He's not going to come and show you, but it's the eye that's pointed up that you can actually see. There is because on this eye, he has eyeliner like David Bowie, and on this eye is all white. But now there's just like this real dark gash, and the scab is starting to peel up. And it was so bad, like, my daughter's boyfriend wouldn't even look at it. He was like, oh, I felt so bad for him. But it's not a place they can put stitches or even liquid stitches, because it's right along the edge of his eyelid. So we just need to keep it clean. And he's healing up fantastic. I am extra careful around the eyes because when I was younger, my dad's best friend lived across the street from us. His name was Richard. And Richard had 2 German Shepherds that he got he went over to Canada. Because remember, I lived like I lived on the Detroit side of the Canada border, and so he went over to the Windsor side of Canada. Then got these German Shepherds that were bred specifically to be police dogs. Why he needed police dogs, I don't know, but he got these beautiful German Shepherds. It was Lucky and Lucy. And Lucky was in the laundry room, and he had a circular saw on his dryer, and Lucky grabbed the cord and pulled it, and the circular saw hit him in the eye, and he lost his eye. So I don't play around with eye stuff. I've seen what can happen when a dog is not careful. I fully believe he got whacked through the fence. Now I have a wooden privacy fence up, but there's spaces between the wood boards, and without proof I can't do anything. But had I caught that on camera, I would absolutely be prosecuting the family next door. So, but also, I think the grandma next door has been kind of sick. She's had hospice care coming in and out, and she's had a lot of family over, and the kids have not been outside a whole lot, like here and there. So I'm like, I'm not wishing anybody to die or anything like that. But my husband did ask me, he goes, so if they moved and then she died, like, would you still want to move? That's the question of the day, isn't it? That is the question of the day. Yeah, I still would want to move. I still don't like this area. I still don't like this neighborhood. And I still want to be somewhere more peaceful, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. When we first moved into this house, it was a lot quieter. And since we've moved in here, they're building so much crap around us. When we moved into this house, it was considered rural, and it's not anymore, because they are building community, like big giant housing tracts in every spot that is available around us. They're building new grocery stores and hospitals, and I mean, just restaurants. Stuff is popping up around us. It's making traffic way worse. There's more people, which I'm not. I don't want a people. I don't want a people. I will animal. I don't want a people. I'm so done peopling. Okay? I grew up in the ghetto. I've lived in suburbs my entire life. I want to be a country girl. I'm going to say this, and I know somebody's going to yell at me. I want to walk barefoot in the grass in my backyard. And I know someone's going to yell at me. You can't walk barefoot. You have diabetes. I'm fully aware of that. I'm still going to do it. I like being barefoot. I watch where I walk. And my diabetes is completely managed. So my risk for foot infection is very minimal right now. I know, I'm still going to be careful. I'm not going to like go walking through a field of nails. If my dogs can walk back in the backyard barefoot, so can I. Okay? Don't come at me. Don't come at me. I don't really need it. Alright. So, yeah, I think that's the updates for today. I think that is what we have got covered. Now, like I said, I want to make some woobles. I want to get caught up a little bit on the blanket to where I can start the graph, because that's the part I'm really looking forward to. I would like to make some more of the Grim Grin and Goats patterns this week, but I don't foresee having time, because I am making some hard rules for myself. Whereas a lot of it is I don't feel like crocheting because of all the stress that's going on in my life. My hand has a real bad jitter on it, which is slowing me down a lot, which is frustrating me. But also, I'm not taking my crochet to bed anymore because it's causing me not to sleep, and it's causing me, like, why would you take your work to bed with you? So I'm starting to set up boundaries for myself. I can only crochet, and I've been doing this for about 2 years now, where I'm trying to say I can only crochet between these hours. But I'm also prioritizing other things in my life. And it's things that have been neglected for a long time. And so crochet is getting pushed further and further down the list because I want to be happy and peaceful again. And I want crochet to be my joy, not my job. And I think that will show on the channel. I think that will show on the channel that this is something I really loved and enjoyed making, like the amigurumis. Like my little guys, my little goats, my little goats. My big goats, my big goats. I don't know why they both have purple horns, but like I really like the purple horns. Call me a Disney fan because that's probably because of Maleficent. So, those are my goals for this week. That's what we done last week. This is what is happening in Cinema Stitches land. And I think I've covered just enough to update everybody on what is going on. Don't forget to congratulate me on losing 45 pounds. Because your girl's getting healthy. It's not about being skinny. I have no intention of ever being skinny. It is about being as healthy as I possibly can. And even though I've been sick the past week, I feel physically better than I have in a long time. I have more energy. I'm just starting to feel better, like all the way around. And it's been a long road to get to this point, and I don't know. So that's where we're at. I also want to send out love and healing energy, and I'm still going to send her prayers to Sandy at Crochet A Canada, because she's got a big surgery this week and she's nervous and it didn't go well last time. And so if you have a minute in your day to send some positive energy or love to Sandy at Crochet A Canada, EH, Crochet EH, she's in Canada. Crochet A? Eh? Send her some love. Go to visit her channel, give her some love. But shout out to Sandy, and I really hope you're on your way to healing and mending and back to all the weird, crazy stuff you've been doing, because she's like, she is all over the place with the stuff she's doing. Like, I can't even keep up anymore. Like, what is she doing today? And I tune in I watch every single episode she releases, because I can't wait to see what her weird brain has come up with. And I say that in the best, most loving way possible, because I adore her. And she does come up with some stuff. And I'm always like, what is she doing now? It's not, she's Crochet A Canada, but she's like, I mean, she's doing all kinds of stuff. She's tie-dyeing, she's dyeing yarn, she's taking t-shirts and adding crochet to it, which I've seen on the internet. I'm like, that looks like a lot of work. No, we're not gonna do that. I don't, and part of me is, I have t-shirts in storage that, because I gained weight, I put them in storage. They will fit me now. This fits me beautifully. But some of them I put in storage until I lost the weight to fit them again. And they will absolutely fit me right now. But some of them I was like, well, if I cut them up and put crochet on them like she's doing, the smaller t-shirts will fit me. And the reason I say that is because I have a lot of band t-shirts. And I have a t-shirt from the Pink concert that they only went up to a 2X, and I am not a 2X. I don't remember last time I was a 2X. I'm a 3 to 4X. I actually really prefer like a 5X in t-shirts, because I like to swim in my t-shirts. I want to be comfortable. And sometimes when you're fat and you're moving, like, your shirt will ride up a little bit. So I like bigger the better. Like, I love my husband's t-shirts because they're big and they're long on me, you know. And you ready to go to the store? All right, give me 5 minutes. But I have a t-shirt from the Pink concert from, I think it was my last birthday, and from last year, and it was a 2X. It's never fit me, and I have hope that one day it will fit me. But also, like, I was thinking, well, if I crocheted the way she's doing it, like, I can make myself a shirt that fit. Or I could just cut a bunch of holes in it so it's super stretchy, because some people do that too, but I really don't want to mess up the t-shirt. I'm just going to hold on to it until I am a 2X, and then I'm going to put it on, because I'm absolutely still losing weight. And I think I want to get back on the elliptical. I have a recumbent bike. I want to get back on the elliptical because I saw a video the other day, and it was this guy. It was a gym hunk guy. And he was talking about, there was this fat girl on a recumbent bike. He's like, nope, she's doing it. The way he said it irritated me, because shut up, you don't know. He's like, she shouldn't be on that bicycle. And people were criticizing her. And he's all, the best thing you can do when you're fat is to use your weight to your advantage and walk. And I was like, that makes sense. You burn more energy with the weight on your legs. But if you have ankle, hip, knee issues, that don't work. But if I get on the elliptical, I can use my weight to my advantage and burn off more calories. So that is the goal, is to get back on the elliptical, which is in the garage, and it's hot out there. But if I gotta do it, I gotta do it. And also, I have another concert to prepare for. My battery's gonna die. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.